Hey everybody, welcome to Build Fly Go. So more progress this week. We're still back, I guess, in the groove of working on the airplane, catching up on things. We did. We're working on two things right now, right? So you can see that we're pulling off the all of the masking on the fuselage from the interior paint, and Mary right now is sealing that leak that we found in the fuel tank. I believe this is the left fuel tank. And we cut the hole per the van's plans for the fuel tank leak repair. So you cut a big circular hole of about 5 inches, and then you can reach the inside and like spread proseal on there to clean things up. So one of the things that we noticed on the fuselage is the sheen is not quite right. So it's a little flatter than we had hoped for, but that's only on the horizontal surfaces. The vertical surfaces are fine. So we've decided, after talking to Sherwin-Williams, to scuff it all up, scuff the horizontal surfaces up, and respray it. And this time use a little more, open the gun up a little bit, the spray gun, and use a little more paint on it. So that's the plan. So of course we already took all the masking off, so we have to remask. In the meantime, we are also doing the bracket install for the extended range tank. You can actually see one of the extended range tanks on the corner, basically right by the person door up there. It's that cylinder with a sort of a box on the bottom. So we put that in place on the leading edge, and now I'm sort of catching up on a couple of other little things, installing the flap gap seal on this. Yes, it's the flap gap seal on that wing, which for some reason we had missed. We also missed it on the other wing, so you might see this coming week us bringing that in and redoing that. So you did just see outside we have filled the tank with water. To see if it's leaking, and it is not, so we are good there. So we're just letting everything dry out before we seal the back of the tank up again. We'll seal that, give it a couple of days, and then we'll pressure test it in addition to the water test that we just did. Remasking the fuselage so that we can spray it again and get the proper sheen. And the JetFlex is pretty easy to work with. It's pretty thick paint. You can mix it with up to about 10% distilled water. It's pretty thick, but it goes on fairly easy. For whatever reason, we're just struggling with these contained parts. I think part of the issue is that because it's sort of a bathtub that you're spraying in, all the overspray stays in there and then just sort of settles on top of the part that you sprayed and creates sort of an odd finish to it. So we're good there. We sprayed that. We're pretty happy. You'll notice that we do end up spraying another little spot there. But the other part that we are dealing with is the rear baggage bulkhead. You see, it's that corrugated piece that's sitting on the desk, the paint table, or whatever we call it, right? Like that thing with mesh that I made. And man, I think that's the third time I've sprayed that corrugation, and it is not coming out right. Like the first time, like some bug fell on it. It was outside, and a bug fell on it while it was wet and crawled all the way across the paint. So I had to sand it down and respray it. And now it looks like a hair fell like across one of the pieces. And as I was trying to like carefully remove that, I jammed my finger into it and made another nasty imperfection in the paint. So we will let that dry, scuff it again, and repaint it. But that was this week. Thanks as usual for watching, and more to follow.